Hi guys, it's Liz here, your Benzo warrior. It's 1:36 at this moment in the Netherlands. AM. I'm not asleep. And I just decided that I will make you a video about what's on my mind. Because it's just a message that I want to share with you for a moment. And it's something that, I don't know, I'm probably not the only one who has things like this. So I wanted to talk to you about anger. I'm just sort of going to share with you, I don't know, what's going on or how this happened for me today. So I was Googling current news somehow about benzodiazepines and especially a sleep medication. And actually I stumbled upon an article from the beginning of 2018. So it's already there for a year, but I don't know, I never saw it. So it's about a Dutch addiction doctor who is doing tests with flumazenil. And they use the flumazenil as a sort of antidote for benzodiazepines and trying to get people off of the benzodiazepines. So according to me and according to my information and the people I talked to, I mean, I didn't talk to anybody who was safely taken off the benzodiazepines who had a serious withdrawal syndrome before. So I would never recommend anybody to try the flumazenil because I just don't have the information why it would work and how it works. Like, I don't understand if you are completely dependent on benzodiazepines and your GABA receptors have been downregulated. I don't understand how the flumazenil would cover the withdrawal. It can take away the working substance of the benzodiazepines, but I don't see how that would help us in upregulating our GABA receptors. So let's just say, I mean, even in the story of the GABA receptors, I see I don't understand the mechanism totally. I just assume it's true for the most of it, but I have some question marks there. I mean, I don't understand that if there are no GABA receptors, then how can people have a great window, for example? How does that happen technically? And then why do people suddenly after that have a wave? Like, do the receptors come up for a few hours or a few days and then withdraw again, like downregulate again? I don't understand. But okay, let's just assume that all the studies that have been done, that they are right, and that, you know, we're really talking about downregulation of the receptors. So if that's true, then how does flumazenil make it better? I mean, so your body is clean of benzodiazepines. That doesn't mean that there's any receptor coming back at that time, right? Or am I wrong? I don't know. By the way, if you know anybody who tapered with flumazenil and became, you know, free of benzos by using flumazenil, I would love to hear about it. And I would love to talk to those people, because if flumazenil is really an answer for the benzo withdrawal problem, I'm all for it, you know. Hey, good for us. But right now I don't see it. So, well, I was reading this article. Sorry, I might confuse you a little bit because now I was just going into this whole topic of flumazenil. But my topic was I'm angry, and I read this article, and this article is about you know, it is written by, or it is an interview actually with this addiction doctor. And I don't know, the article just made me angry. It was talking about addiction and addicts and talking about, that many people are addicts, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. The whole way he was talking about it, it just fueled my anger. I mean, in general, I am angry at the general healthcare, not only in the Netherlands, but all over the world. Like, I don't understand how this is such an epidemic and nobody gives a fuck. Sorry, my language. I just don't understand. It makes me angry. I want to change it. And the fact that it will not be easy to do that is already frustrating me. It is very difficult to see people try to raise the awareness and to talk about the subject and to give information. And that in general, the people who work in healthcare, like doctors and nurses and psychiatrists, and I mean, they just, the majority doesn't seem to get it, believe it. They deny it. Somehow they refuse to see it, and it just infuriates me. I have a very strong response to it also. I don't know if anybody recognizes that, but it is something that really pushes my buttons. So after reading that article, I shared it on the Dutch forum, and I just wanted to know if I was the only one responding to the article like that. Like, it's just sharing, I'm also just human, even though I'm trying to help some people. But yeah, so then, I don't know, because I really think that language is such a big thing, and I don't like it when people would ever say that I was addicted and that it was my behavior, because addiction is really about your own choice and about how you behave and deal and cope with your problems. That to me is an addiction. If you become dependent on a benzodiazepine because your doctor prescribes it to you because you have an issue with anything, it doesn't matter. I mean, some people, I know many of these people. Not everybody gets it because they're anxious or because they have sleep problem or because they have, psychological problems. There are a lot of people who just get this for something totally different, but they end up with psychological problems, with sleeping problems, with physical problems. So the whole thing is that it just makes me angry when they treat it as an addiction, because also when you approach it that way, you just don't get the right care. So the moment that you create new language for it, like they try to do, for example, in the UK, I heard that Belissa was working on that, to create better language for all this, and to let the healthcare system also use this language, to use withdrawal syndrome and to use dependency instead of using the words addiction. Or addictive behavior, it's it just makes a lot of difference. For me, it is very hurtful if they, and I don't know if you recognize that, and I would love to hear your comments about it and to hear your opinion about it. But so I wrote about this on the forum, and one of my Dutch benzo colleagues here, sort of said, like, I don't see the problem in the language. I don't see your problem. She just didn't get it. And I felt at least very misunderstood and also sort of ridiculed a little bit, because at some point I made a comment somewhere that the doctors rather describe addictive medicine than prescribe good nutrition or supplements. So she used that against me, saying that you used the word addiction, addictive medication. So you said it yourself. And I don't know, it just was the wrong moment, because I was already fired up by the article. And so, you try to be reasonable and you try to be wise and still try to explain in a calm way that what the issue is. You know, you try to explain what the issue is and why this language is wrong, and why for me it's important that an article of an addiction doctor, you know, gives the right impression of the situation, and it totally didn't. Like, it was just talking about the addiction of sleeping pills, you know. And so it didn't address the benzo situation at all. It doesn't give you any real information about the dangers of benzodiazepines. I think talking to you guys right now, that makes it even more clear to me that when they talk about benzodiazepines and addiction, it is just covering up the seriousness of the problem of benzodiazepines. Because I think that most of us, no, that's not true. Like, I don't know how many people are addicts and who try to buy their shit on the internet just to, you know, just to get away from life, you know, if that's their coping system, for example. Just most people that I talk to, you know, are in shock when they find out that they cannot stop this medication just when they want to, because they were not feeling addicted at all. And I speak to so many people who are never having any craving for pills. Yeah, they suffer like shit, and they, you know, they wish they could take away their pain in some way or another. But that doesn't mean that they really want the effect of the benzodiazepines. They just want their hurt to stop. Like, it's not like, oh my God, I want this joint because I want to feel stoned. I don't like this reality. It's not like you cannot cope with normal life. You cannot cope with the withdrawal symptoms. That's something totally different to me. Yeah, so at the moment, I'm just very upset. I'm just so angry for all the people who might get hurt tomorrow, the day after, or yesterday. Like, I'm 16 months out, and I'm just, you know, I'm having energy issue, concentration issues, motivation issues. There are so many things that I want to do. Like, there is some sort of motivation in my brain, but sometimes it's really hard to transform it into action. And I don't know why that is. I'm just still not there. I don't know if I told you, but I'm tapering my antidepressant, Effexor. I started at the end of December, and so that might be affecting me as well. I think in general, I'm starting to enjoy meal more. I am relatively active, even though I also have some bad days in general. Yeah, I have some bad days, a month, a few week. I don't know. It's still up and down, but I am doing better. I'm still healing. I can see that. Many things are improving, but I'm also still not there. So I'm a little bit more frustrated now sometimes. I was all the time very peaceful about my withdrawal journey and healing journey, accepting it as it is. But actually now I am becoming more functional. I am less patient with myself. So if I have a bad day, I'm really getting more bummed about it and more annoyed and more frustrated and trying to push myself, or at least, I don't know, there is just really a lot more frustration. So that's how I'm doing. So I hope my story was a little bit clear for you, and yeah, let me know what you think. Yeah, if you like my video and you want me to make more, please give me a thumbs up. If you think it was really awful and I should absolutely stop this shit, just give me a thumb down. It's also okay. And yeah, leave me some comments that would be really nice. I love to be in contact with you. I want to hear from you all, guys. I mean, I want to know how you're doing. I feel so connected to all the people in the world having benzo withdrawal. And probably somehow we are. I just believe that. I can feel that. I don't know, maybe you think I'm crazy. And of course I am, benzo withdrawal does that to you. So, yeah, that was it for now. I wish you all well and all the health, all the support, and all the love. See you later. Bye.